How's it going, everyone? Sean here from Raw Technique Studios. I wanted to just do a quick comparison between third-party plugins versus stock plugins. A lot of people have an issue with using stock plugins, especially beginners who think that it's a plugin that's making the sound better. But a lot of the times people don't take the time just to use the basic compression, EQ, de-esser, reverb, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and do a mix on a vocal here, just real quick with some stock plugins, and see if we could get a similar sound to this one here, which is done with mostly Waves plugins. So that's Waves, Waves EQ, Waves compressor. This is a stock plugin. Waves vocal writer, another Waves EQ, and then we're just using the stock reverb for both of these. So our original vocal sounds like this.
I am living proof that you are what you love. Came back home, got an arm full of hugs. Conversations with my granny, that's my love.
All right, so it's nice and clear and clean. I took off most of the mastering, just the limiter still on, and it does have a little bit of curve here, so that is going on in the sound that you're hearing. But let's go ahead and start from scratch, see what we have.
I am living proof that you are what you love. Came back home, got an arm full of hugs.
All right, so I'm gonna start with the de-esser, and we'll do the stock de-esser. And we're gonna be using the HF only, so that way we're only filtering out the high frequencies, not the whole thing. And I'm gonna listen to it while I bring down my my frequency.
I am living proof that you are what you love. Came back home, got an arm full of hugs. Conversations with my granny, that's my love. Promised I would make it way before she see the sun.
All right, so I'm gonna be filtering out from there up. Now let's listen and then bring our range down so it actually starts compressing the high end.
80 years young and still up in the kitchen on that country shit, straight from Mississippi. That got me thinking about the time I was given. Play this when I die. If I go, will you miss me?
I'm gonna mess with the frequency, bring it down, see how it sounds.
Lost my best friend, had problems with his kidneys. I wonder if he hear me. Yeah, you know I really wanna be with him. Yeah, play this when I die so I can live a million times. You know I'm always gonna be with you. You know I really wanna be with you.
All right, so I'm fine with that. It's compressing the top end and taking care of my sibilants as well. So I'll put it down a little lower right there. Let's go ahead and move on to a stock EQ. All right, so I'm going to put in the high pass filter first. Bring this up, and I'll start it off around 80, work my way up, or 70, work my way up, and usually I stop around 90 or so.
I am living proof that you are what you love. Came back home, got an arm full of hugs. Conversations with my granny, that's my love. Promised I would make it way before she see the sun. 80 years.
And then for each of these, I'm going to be just putting in the band, narrowing the Q, listening, and then dropping it down.
Young and still up in the kitchen on that country shit, straight from Mississippi. That got me thinking about the time I was given. Play this when I die. If I go, will you miss me? Lost my best friend.
Do a little reduction there. Oops.
Had problems with his kidneys. I wonder if he hear me. Yeah, you know I really wanna be with him. Yeah, play this when I die so I can live a million times. You know I'm always gonna be with you. You know I really wanna be with you. I am living proof that you are what you love. Came back home, got an arm full of hugs.
Do a reduction there.
Conversations with my granny, that's my love. Promised I would make it way before she see the sun. 80 years young and still up in the kitchen on that country shit, straight from Mississippi. That got me thinking about the time I was given. Play this when I die. If I go, will you miss me? Lost my best friend, had problems with his kidneys. I wonder if he hear me. Yeah, you know I really wanna be with him. Yeah, play this when I die so I can live a million times. You know I'm always gonna be with you. You know I really wanna be with you. You know I really wanna be with you.
All right, so I'll do that for the EQ. Let's do some compression. The stock compressor here. I'll do a in between 3-to-1 and 4-to-1 ratio. Attack, I'll probably do around 8 milliseconds. Release, I'm going to back it off.
I am living proof that you are what you love. Came back home, got an arm full of hugs. Conversations with my granny, that's my love. Promised I would make it way before she see the sun. 80 years young and still up in the kitchen. On that country shit, straight from Mississippi. That got me thinking about the time I was given. Play this when I die, if I go, will you miss me? Lost my best friend, had problems with his kidneys. I wonder if he hear me. Yeah, you know I really wanna be with him.
All right, so that's leveling out the dynamics a bit. Let's go ahead and throw in the reverb here to give that a listen.
I am living proof that you are what you love. Came back home, got an arm full of hugs.
And let's compare it.
Conversations with my granny, that's my love. Promised I would make it way before she see the sun. 80 years young and still.
All right, so this one's a little bit fuller. So if you want a thinner vocal like this one, then I would do some additional EQ. So I'm going to copy this over. Let's go ahead and do factory default so it's flat, and then just scoop out some of the lower end here just to get it to sound more like the original.
Still up in the kitchen, on that country shit, straight from Mississippi. That got me thinking about the time I was given. Play this when I die, if I go, will you miss me? Lost my best friend, had problems with his kidneys. I wonder if he hear me. Yeah, you know I really wanna be with him. Yeah, play this when I die so I can live 1,000,000 times. You know I'm always gonna be with you. You know I am living proof that you are what you love. Came back home, got an arm full of hugs. Conversations with my granny, that's my love.
And if we want, since this is a stock plugin, we could just put it on here, see what it sounds like.
I am living proof that you are what you love. Came back home, got an arm full of hugs. Conversations with my granny, that's my love. Promised I would make it way before she see the sun. 80.
I'll do the cancel out the previous solo mode so I could go back and forth between the two so you could hear the difference.
I am living proof that you are what you love. Came back home, got an arm full of hugs. Conversations with my granny, that's my love.
All right, so this one's coming out a little bit hotter. We could look at the peaks to make sure.
I am living proof that you are what you love.
So minus 8.7 on that first section.
I am living proof that you are what you love.
So it's an extra dB. So let's go ahead and on the compressor add in a little bit more gain because I am getting about -3 something.
Came back home, got an arm full of hugs. Conversations with my granny, that's my love. Promised I would make it way before she see the sun. 80 years young and still up in the kitchen.
All right, so now let's see.
I am living proof that you are what you love.
And then the original third party.
I am living proof that you are what you love.
So that sounds pretty much the same to me. I don't hear much of a difference there. So this is using stock plugins, de-esser, EQ, compression, lo-fi, another EQ, and some stock reverb, compared to using a waves de-esser, a waves EQ, a waves compressor, this is stock, a waves vocal writer, another waves EQ, and then the stock reverb. So that's the thing with, it's not necessarily the plugins all the time. A lot of the times it's just a technique that you're using. So if you have a stock EQ, most of the time buying a new EQ is not going to help you. Some EQs do have a little bit, maybe some more features or something that would help out. So it just depends on what you need. For example, like this vocal writer, this is pretty much volume automation in a plugin. You could do that for free if you don't want to buy this. But a lot of third-party plugins are just convenient. That's why I buy them. They either have more of a convenience factor to them, or they have some feature that I don't have with my stock plugins. So if I wanted to throw on a tape emulator like this, then I have to buy a third-party plugin because Pro Tools doesn't have a stock tape emulator. So there's times when you want to buy it. When it comes to these EQs and stuff like that, I just prefer this EQ compared to the stock EQ. So they do the same thing. They have filters. They have 5 bands, or I think this one's actually a 6 band. Yeah, this is a 6 band. This one you could use 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 5 band, but you also have a high and a low pass filter, so that adds it up to be actually more. It ends up being 7. I just got used to using the Renaissance EQ. It came with the pack that when I bought my Waves bundle, this EQ was in there. I like using it, so that's why I go with this one. But you could get a same sound with the stock EQ as well. There are linear phase EQs, so if you wanted to have no phase going on when you do your EQ, then this won't add any color to your sound. So compared to this EQ and this EQ, they add a little bit of a color. It's hard to really hear it, but that's the difference. The linear phase EQ doesn't add any of that phase or color to it. So there are times when you want a different EQ, but that's the whole thing with it. A lot of people think that buying a different plugin is going to make your sound better, when it's not necessarily the truth. You could use this plugin or you could use this plugin and you'll end up with just about the same result. All right, so hopefully that helps you guys out. Don't spend a bunch of money on stuff before you really master the plugins you already have. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.